on to Friday Night SmackDown. This show started with Edge versus Brodus Clay. Edge won versus a spear, and of course,
But that was fat. How can he do a spear on a fat guy?
I know, right?
And Brodus said it's a little frame, but that guy's fat.
So Alberto Del Rio came out and attacked Edge, and who came to help out Edge? Christian. And Teddy Long then came out and said what?
They're gonna do a match.
Alberto Del Rio versus Christian in a steel cage.
Yep. So that was good. That's gonna be interesting for the end of the show.
And that was. Oh no.
So the next match was the U.S. Champion Sheamus versus Intercontinental Champion Kofi Kingston, and this one basically Sheamus won with his kick. I mean, his finisher is that big monster kick.
But no, his finisher is when he picks people up, he throws them down. How can he have two finishers at one place?
And he still needed a suntan.
Yeah, but he's like, I'm what, man? Canadian, eh?
And then after that we saw backstage Kane and the Big Show. What were they doing, Brian?
They were about to choke slam each other.
But then Big Show almost chokeslammed him, and then they slapped their arms together.
Yeah, and then after that we saw Cody Rhodes versus Trent Beretta. I don't really like Cody Rhodes. I don't really pay attention during his matches. They're kind of boring.
He has a mask on. His face is nothing. Because Rey Mysterio did a 619. He thinks his face is broken.
There's nothing wrong with
it. He's dashing, but he's not dashing.
Yeah, we didn't see much of Trent Beretta because it was a really quick match.
Yeah,
but I actually liked Trent Beretta.
I thought you couldn't use that mask, but he keeps hitting Trent Beretta with uppercuts, like boom.
Yeah, so I want to see more of Trent Beretta. I think he's got potential. Remember that match he had versus Drew McIntyre a few weeks ago? That was pretty good.
Oh, remember that match between Drew McIntyre and that guy? He was too busy showing up, and that was a fast race.
Yeah.
He was like,
yeah, and then we saw the match of Layla versus Kelly, and Michelle McCool was doing commentary. This ended kind of the same way it always does, with Michelle McCool distracting the opponent so Layla can win. So Layla picked up the win on this, which I don't mind. I like seeing Layla in her matches.
Yeah, but she's boring. She screams. She used to scream like.
Yep, that's all she does is scream. And
then all she does is this.
And then after that, we saw the Big Show and Kane versus Justin Gabriel and Heath Slater.
For the tag team.
But it was kind of bogus because the Big Show did the chokeslam on Heath Slater,
and then he's like pinning, but then Justin Gabriel pulls the referee out, and then the referee rings a bell, and I'm so confused because, then the rest of the court comes out and beats the heck out of them, and then then the Big Show and Kane are all down. They're under a bunch of stuff, and I'm like wondering, but who's the tag team champion? Is it Justin Gabriel and Heath Slater?
Well, yeah, because they won. Kane and Big Show won by disqualification. You can't lose the belt via disqualification, so that means they kept it. Then after that was Jack Swagger versus Chris Masters. I didn't really pay attention to this match. I don't like Jack Swagger, and I thought it was a boring match. What did you think? Because I know you saw it.
It was good, but I like seeing Chris Masters fight because he's been around since 2006 a bunch.
Well, then after that, at the end of the match, Michael Cole came out and put the ankle lock on Masters. And again, this is what keeps happening. Jack Swagger does all the dirty work, and Michael Cole comes in and says, "Come on, Swagger. Come on, Swagger." And then he puts the ankle lock like he did any of the dirty work. But after that, we saw Rey Mysterio versus Ted DiBiase Jr. You guys remember how that ended?
Yeah. It was cool. Yeah, Rey Mysterio did the 619 pin him in.
Yep, and then after that, it was the steel cage match of Christian and Alberto Del Rio. And actually, it was a pretty good match, right?
Yeah, but I'm like, what? And then Christian won this match because Alberto was gonna get out, Christian was gonna get out, but Christian was like on like this, and then Alberto hit him, and Christian fell down, and I was like, what?
Oh yeah, it was pretty cool because they both got to the top, came out the side, and they were both hanging on, and then
Christian got in the back, and Alberto hit him off, and then Christian fell, and he's like, because he lost and he didn't.
And then you know what happened after that? Do you remember that Edge came out with his car?
Yeah, he was driving the car, and then Ed's like, "Hey, who's in my car?" And then Edge is saying, "This is a beautiful car," and then blah 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 blah. He gets out his friend, Mr. Breaky Chair, and then he's about to hit it, but then the fatty Buddhist Clay comes out and uses his fatness on him.
Yeah, but then Alberto Del Rio uses Edge's chair against him, and he injures his arm because he uses the chair on Edge's arm.
Like every time he uses a chair to injure arms all the time. Arms. He should injure his face because in the game I injure faces and legs and more stuff.
Yeah, and I'm a little worried about Edge because I've seen Alberto fight. He's never lost any singles match, and
yeah, but he's like my destiny.
Tough.
He's like
he did. He lost to John Cena. Remember?
Well, he didn't really lose.
Oh.
And like last time, long ago, he said his destiny to win the Royal Rumble, and his destiny was right. He won the Royal Rumble, but
because he
Edge came out
his number was
and said, "Destiny, destiny." That's all you talk about, destiny.
Yeah, and then that's how it kind of ended. That was actually a good ending, and I liked the dispute, the issues between Edge and Alberto Del Rio because it's building up to their match at WrestleMania. But that's how it ended. Thanks for watching the show, and we wanted to remind you guys that with everything that happened in Japan over the last week or so, for you guys to go ahead and do your best to support them over there. Be it donating money through the Red Cross or what have you, but definitely keep them in your prayers and support them as best you can in any way that you can. From us at Wrestling Tonight, thank you, and we'll see you next week.